we're tracking the two running backs, junior George Halani, who did not play at Air Force last week. He's out here. He is active. And then freshman running back Ashton Genty is also out here fully dressed and active. He missed the second half of the game at Air Force just last week. I couldn't get a read visually because they were switching up personnel on ones and twos on whether either of those guys is going to actually start tonight. Now, personnel report just released publicly for Boise State. Nose tackle Jackson Cravens will not play. D tackle Scott Matlack, he is not going to participate. Kickoff specialist Will Farron also not playing today for Boise State. For Colorado State, it's confirmed down here, the freshman center George Mikihan is not going to play today. Working with the ones was freshman center Keegan Hamilton, the local product out of Rock Canyon. Angel King, the junior DB, and the junior linebacker Tavian Brown no longer with the team. So those are a couple of guys who have now left the team off the two deep for CSU. Senior defensive end Mo Camara is now wearing the number 8. I did ask Mo what the reason for that is. He said it's a family thing. Good times make a defensive unit feel confident and thinking they're kind of funny. First comments I heard down on the sideline as they were celebrating the interception by Cameron Carter. Man, you're kind of slow. They thought he should have advanced it past the 29-yard line. So that's kind of fun and obviously yielded points for the Rams. Good start. Ricky, you're talking about nonverbal cues. What you would like in terms of body language was after the Horton fumble on that punt return, over on the sidelines here, it was senior linebacker Daquan Jackson who followed Torrey Horton over to the offensive units, went and slapped high five and said what up to every single offensive player. And then he followed Torrey Horton back the other way, telling him, you go get it. You go get it now. Telling Torrey, look, you're a playmaker. Now go make a play.
Marty, that is great to hear.
Head coach picks his moments when he comes over to address particular units. Jay Norvell came over to the receivers and mentioned how field position, that's football. They have control of that right now. But then he specifically mentioned penalties and drops to his receivers unit.
Yeah, I mean, you've had 2 drops already and already 1 penalty.
Here's good news for all of us and the CSU offense. 25 is upright, has his helmet on, bouncing around. Avery Morrow, the junior running back, never did actually go into the medical tent. Just kind of shaking it out and working a leg injury. But he never went inside the tent, and he's ready to go out there with that first-team offense. As you guys know, defenders don't like to tackle Avery Morrow, and probably medical professionals of all pay grades don't like to tell Avery Morrow he can't play football. Tail end of the third quarter here at Canvas Stadium, 114th Border War. Rams up 3 and driving. With me, notable Border War veteran, Dallas Davis, former wide receiver. Dallas, you've been here the whole time, and I know you watch this team a lot. What's your vibe on what's happening here in this particular game?
This game's exciting. They're playing with heart.
Again, former wide receiver Dallas Davis, always tracking his Rams. So this squad, what do you think's happening as this growth story progresses?
We're developing. We're building.
Young guys got to know you got to get that boot. Why does it mean so much, Dallas?
It means so much because everybody here cares about it. They're going to care about it here in 5 years.
Yeah, this is a good spot to be, Brian. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you're seeing it from upstairs and then down here at field level. We're pushing 80 degrees at the turf level. You look across in the student section there on the east side where the sun is just blazing down upon those folks. Definitely going to see some bare chests and some beers across the way. Another excellent visual down here because it is Tackle Cancer Day. I confirmed the number. Each one of the state pride helmets that Colorado State football players are wearing today, on the back side of them, so when you see the close-up looks on those ISO shots on your monitors, there's a purple ribbon on the back side, 100 of them on all the helmets that will be here on field level today for CSU. And then everybody not participating, you will notice a purple ribbon on the chests of those folks down here again, because we are tackling cancer on this particular day here at Canvas Stadium. Now, the personnel report down here, looking around, trying to get a confirmation visually. We'll start with the good stuff. Clay Millen down here, fully dressed, the redshirt freshman. It's been confirmed he's going to start. Boy, he looks good, looks like a leader, looks focused, looks like he's been waiting and waiting and waiting. Now he has his chance to start again today. The bad news is junior cornerback Greg Leday is not suited up today. He will be missing, and same is the case for Angel King, the junior nickelback. So 10 and 4 missing in the defensive secondary for Colorado State, Brian.
Time for a Channel Seat Sideline Reports, and downstairs to Marty.
Surges of fun and confidence down here on the Colorado State sidelines. First thing I heard when Aiden Hector came over to the sideline after his interception return for a touchdown was his defensive unit going, uh-oh, uh-oh. Yep. it's happened. They got themselves a lead. First thing I saw on the sideline, first one to greet Aiden Hector, his sophomore classmate, who is the injured Jack Howell, really loving what Aiden Hector just accomplished. After yielding 2 touchdowns, first reaction downstairs from Buda Williams, the defensive line coach. He's talking to his guys saying they're in the right spots, but he's saying you just have to react and execute faster. Ricky, that might be something you get a read on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm seeing as well.
Junior running back Avery Morrow is with us. What was working for you again in the running game? Now it's 3 consecutive contests where you've been dominant.
Just keeping my legs moving. I think that's just like my go-to.
What makes you so confident running against FBS defensive players where you know you're going to crush them?
I mean, I'm a grown man at the end of the day.
Now, you were down in the first half, and then you come out. My understanding was you had a real good vibe in the locker room, and then you guys came out in the second half, and then we progressed towards that fourth quarter drive. What's going on there? What's the plan of attack?
Finish. We knew that we could score on these guys.
And getting this win today here on home turf, what did you CSU Rams just do for yourselves?
It gave us a lot of hope. We're 2-1 in conference.
Avery C. Morrow, and the C stands for Century Mark, 3 consecutive games. Brian.
I like where your head's at, Marty, and that's exactly right.
Frigid down here, of course. We've been talking about that. That applies throughout the rest of the evening. How about the managers with football operations who are totally geared up? Down here at field level, they have a gas construction heater 15 feet away and pointed directly at the beverage station. That's so the prepared cups of water and electrolytes don't freeze up before the players can get to it.
Marty Cesario has a little bit more clarity on what happened there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, thanks to Sideline sources, we do have that clarity. What happened there as the Rams were trying to rush up and get in position for a last-second field goal was the center, the redshirt freshman Keegan Hamilton. The ruling was he double-clutched as he was trying to snap the ball. Therefore, that is a penalty. You run 10 seconds off. Therefore, no field goal attempt for the Colorado State Rams. Perhaps good news and definitely a good visual. Number 17 for that Rams defense is visibly active downstairs. That sophomore safety, Jack Howell. He went out the last home game here against Sacramento State. Did not play, did not even dress in Reno just last Friday. But here he is today, dressed up. He's got a hard brace on the right ankle. That is heavily taped up, but he's bouncing around, working with the 1s and 2s, and he even led Ramjacks during the warm-ups here. So that's a good news for Jack Howell. Weather right now, we've got clouds up in the air coming from the north and west. I just checked the radar. We've got no precipitation coming, and boy, for mid-October, 67 degrees at 5,010 feet right here at field level. Brian, Ricky?
Nap, you couldn't ask for any better weather and a better atmosphere.
John Howell's downstairs, and you talk about a guy who's got a decorated career with the CSU Rams. But one of your favorite moments was just recently. You got invited to Ram Walk to speak to these current players. What was your messaging to them?
Yeah, it was really cool. I appreciated the invite from Coach Norvell.
Talking with former Rams defensive back John Howell, how much more special is it that you got your kid out there in a war?
It's pretty special, man. I tell you what, it gives me goosebumps watching him play.
You look at Colorado State and what they're having to endure. One of the challenges and the testiness is really tight to the back of the Rams bench. I mean, things are heating up. Of course, the beverages, we're a few deep in. If you look down below you, and I'll try to describe it to you as you're listening, 10 paces from the back of the offensive units of Colorado State to a bunch of fans who've got a lot to say, and that's not going to stop the rest of the second half.
Yeah, they're just screaming at that Ram bench. A lot of liquored up dudes down there, Marty.
I'm across the way behind the Utah State bench, sourcing Sherry Burris, who's the reporter for CBS Sports Network. Here's what we're bringing together as far as reporting on the injury status for junior quarterback Cooper Lagat. He is in concussion protocol. That has been confirmed with the Utah State communications staff. Where it goes from there, we have no further information. I can tell you this visually. Sherry and I are over here. He's been in the medical tent since he started the protocol, which is right after he came off the field, guys.
Well, that's too bad. You hope Cooper Lagat is going to be okay.
It's the redshirt freshman quarterback. What made it tough tonight against Air Force?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously knew coming to the game, Air Force is a disciplined team.
Talking to quarterback Clay Millen, the fourth down conversions that are failed, what's the impact of that on your offense?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, fourth down, I'm the quarterback. I have to find a way to make it work.
Positive plays. You got 2 scores at the end of the game. What's that do for you as you progress towards a final game coming up at Canvas Stadium next week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, all I care really about is the outcome of the game. You know, we lost by 12 points.
All right, thanks for spending time with us. Let me describe his toughness. He's standing barefoot here. It's 1 degree wind chill, 15 degrees. Clay Millen, don't care. He's going to give us some time. I'm going to stay right here and walk over to one of our Rams defenders, CJ Onyechi, is with us. What made it tough against that triple option with Air Force?
The old linemen, they were low to the ground.
Marty Cesario downstairs here in Boise, Idaho. We're completing the fourth quarter here, and now is the time when head coach Jay Norvell is going to sample some new personnel. Out there on the football field about to run the offense for CSU will be a new quarterback, and that will be freshman Jackson Stratton out of California. And down here it's kind of fun, in this situation. It looks like the crew's pretty pumped to see 15 get some reps. So it's Jackson Stratton who'll be the QB for CSU. Collective maturation, growing togetherness. Ricky, you made a point about what you saw from upstairs after Henry Blackburn pulled the intended receiver over to the sideline. A little something going on the sidelines. You notice Jack Howell had something to say to Henry Blackburn immediately. That was to check Henry down and his emotions. Meanwhile, Chiggy and Newsom also came over to Henry Blackburn and said, check it down. It's just Henry, local guy being jacked up in a border war. And what you didn't see is the referee whispered in Henry's ear, hey, that was close, but I'm not going to call a flag. But if you recall last week, Aiden Hector had that outstanding, spectacular interception. What'd he do? Took off his helmet, and we had a flag. This is not the case today. These guys are sharp.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there. I mean, this is going to be a chippy game.
We talked to Joe Parker, Director of Athletics, during the Kia Tailgate Show. The number was 34,000 tickets sold or claimed by general public and students. Downstairs, I confirmed that number. It's 34,000, and as you're describing, as you look across to the east stands, people are still filling in. The student body looks outstanding. And keep in mind, it's homecoming, right? So there's some things to do outside. They're taking care of those things and then walking in here in good spirits, if you will. About to start the second quarter here in San Jose, California. Rams up 7, and Marty Cesario down here at field level with Ty Block, who's had 5 seasons in Major League Baseball. He played at Regis in Southeast Aurora. He's here with his father, who is a Rams alum. What brings you here?
Yeah, we just wanted to come out this offseason, catch a game together. I actually pitched a season for the San Jose Giants in the minor leagues.
Ty Block, who played for the Colorado Rockies in the 22 season. Your father's a Rammy. Your grandfather played football with Bum McGraw. In total, how many blocks have gone through the halls of Colorado State?
There's been over 90 of them, and would have been one more had CSU had a baseball team when I was coming through. But we love the Rams.
In this situation tonight and throughout 2022, we got to look at small successes, right? Well, I want to confirm we're going to take a dub down here on the sideline. That includes the players. Chicken broth has arrived, and it feels so good. 15 degrees right now here at field level. And you know what? The cadets are kind of funny. They're barking out at the student managers and doing chants. Chicken broth, we want soup. Chicken broth, we want soup. That's a little funny. Downstairs during warm-ups, George Mikihan, the redshirt freshman center who's had multiple starts. He was down here. He is fully dressed and available. But working with the ones again this evening was true freshman Keegan Hamilton, and he is going to get the start at center this evening for the Rams. Changing the weather, the rain has actually come late and is coming steadily as a mist from the south to the north. People are switching to their windbreakers down here and their raincoats because of the steady mist, guys. Yeah, Torrey's had a very good night statistically. 9 catches, 196 yards. You had spent a couple of games previously where, defenses were kind of hounding you, bracketing you, double covering you. What opened up for you?
Just the preparation of going against, double coverage, triple coverage.
Your offense, 469 total yards. What are you building here with your offense?
We just trying to get better as we progress. It's a new system, new team.
You had your entire family come up here to watch you play football. In what ways are you happy with what your team showed them?
It's great support. The family, of course, made the drive. They don't go to many games.
Junior receiver Torrey Horton, what are your emotions right now after that loss?
It's a bitter moment right now. Of course, we wanted to win that.
Brian, Ricky, everything you're saying fits what we're seeing down here with the defensive unit. After their previous defensive series, they come to the sideline. You hear a lot of talk, specifically these words, there's a lot of football to be played. They know this is a challenge of their mentality now. They've been out there for a lot of snaps. They see what's happening when they're on the sidelines, the offense not making things happen. They know it's going to be them. They've proven that their game tonight. They've shown some things in their growth, right? But it's probably going to have to be them to make a play if the Rams are going to get this victory.
You just get the sense, don't you?
Matt Lesser, who's the equipment and operations manager for Colorado State football, informed us that tonight the Rams helmets will carry the initials and jersey number, CM6, of the late Camden McWright. It's a gesture of respect for him and the San Jose State football community. Across the way there, you can see on the east side of the stands, there is the freshman who passed away on October 21st, Camden McWright. So I think that's just a beautiful thing to do, to be wearing CM6 for the entirety of this football contest. A lot of extra discussions down here, including head coach Jay Norvell and this officiating staff, for two different reasons. One, placement on that far hash. Now it seems like they got that set right. Jay wasn't pleased at first with the placement of the ball. Then the actual ball itself, the first ball that was set down, the Rams staff was not pleased with it, and so they got a new ball out there. Downstairs at field level here, approaching the second quarter, Rams down 4 to Utah State. Of course, it's homecoming here on campus. Let's reconnect with some football alums. With me is notable Rams running back Marvin Kinsey Jr. What brings you back here?
Just my friends, the team. I wanted to come check out the team and see how they were doing.
What makes it special to do homecoming festivities now as an alum of a football program?
It's always, just connecting with the guys that you played with before.
Former Rams back Marvin Kinsey Jr., what makes this place so special?
The atmosphere, the fans. Everybody loves the fans. Go Rams.
All right, he's digging the green and gold. Thank you so much.
Yes,
appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Marvin Kinsey Jr. visiting with us on a homecoming here at Canvas Stadium.
All right, Marty, appreciate that. It was good to see Marvin in the house down there by the New Belgium porch. I think that's just where Marty hangs out.